Yo, what's up guys? So today I've decided to make a bit of a simpler script for today's video. So what we're going to be doing is making a script where you turn into a giant titan like in the show Attack on Titan. And you're able to destroy things that you punch. So if you've seen the show or even understand what the word titan means, you know that they're pretty huge. And to be kind of realistic, I kind of went ahead and looked up how much bigger the titans are in the show compared to a normal human. And I'm referencing Aaron's Attack Titan since that's what we're making today. So when I googled it, it seems that the Attack Titan is only 15 meters tall, which is about 50 feet. And since we're talking about Aaron, we're just going to use his height. And when you look it up, it does say that his height is 6 feet. So yeah, he's 6 feet tall. And 50 feet to 6 feet, when you divide it, that's pretty much about like an 8.3 scale. And this is what we're going to be using in reference to making our Roblox character bigger. So first things first, on a local script, I just used user input service and used the input began event listener to detect when you press R. And real quick, let's just test it real quick, see if it even works. Okay, yeah. So every time I press R, it says Titan, so that's good. That's what we coded it to be. Now, before we even code anything, we need to understand how to even make our character bigger in the first place. So if we go in game and look at our character in the workspace, we can see that there is a property called scale, right? It's at the bottom. And notice that when I change it, I get bigger. And going back to our calculation that we made, to be somewhat accurate with the show, we want to make the scale 8.3 like we calculated. Now, regardless of the calculation, I still could be wrong, but oh well, who cares? It's just a Roblox video. So yeah, this is what 8.3 looks like. Seems decently accurate to me since, Aaron's Attack Titan isn't even one of the biggest ones anyways. Now the code is pretty simple. Just get the player's character and use the method scale to in order to change the character scale. And yeah, so now if I press R, this should, yeah, boom, become a Titan. Now obviously that's not enough. That's like a really boring transformation, right? Like I literally just became big. That's it. So now let's actually make it look cool. First thing we're going to do is grab a free model lightning effect because honestly, I'm trash at making my own effects. I can't draw or anything like that, so we're going to have to take one from the free models. And what we're going to do is edit the effect a little bit so that it is vertical and tall, basically so it just matches, like what they're going to become. And we also want to edit the size. So I use this one plugin, forgot the name of it, but pretty much it lets you make certain effects like way bigger than like the normal Roblox size, because Roblox can only let you do like 10 to 20 or something like that, while this one you can go up to like the hundreds. And the classic trick that I always use is just pretty much when I'm done, I just copy and paste the same effect into the same part so it gets bigger and flashier. It varies depending on what you're trying to get. Anyways, let's test it out real quick. Okay, so the effect works perfectly. We still need to add a few things to make the transformation better though. And we gotta make our character invisible during the transformation. Okay, and this might be a little complicated to those who don't know, but I use a module script known as promise in order to make it so that right when the effect finishes, your character becomes a Titan. Hence why you see me using the and then method. It might confuse some people, but trust me, it was necessary. Then I coded in a transformation audio because obviously, it was a necessity. Like, it's gonna be boring without it. And I made it so that the character is invisible during the transformation. And so far, here's what it sounds like. Alright, so yeah, so far so good. It's getting better, but we can improve it even more. Trust me. Real quick, before we get deeper into this, I added a slight camera shake and some visual spikes just to season it a little bit. The camera shakes are a must because without it, it's just lame. Like, a transformation isn't a transformation without some camera shakes. So this is kind of a crazy skip, I'm not gonna lie. I did a bunch of things at once, so what I'm showing you right now is pretty much just updated code with the use of some functions that I made. It's a huge gap because I was like in a video going through it bit by bit, but right here I just skipped a big part. And like what I'm saying, what I'm showing you right now is just the code. If you are interested in the code and have a question about it, leave a comment below and I can answer it. But yeah, pretty much in this code, I also added the roar as well as smoke that spawns after you're done summoning, and also a slight little animation that I made for the transformation. It sucks though, I'm not gonna lie. It's a trash animation, but whatever. Okay, and I think I got the camera shakes perfectly. I don't know though. Also, the roar was the last touch that made it perfect in my opinion. So now that we got the transformation done, it's time for the actual attacking. I made some 3 different animations for the punching, and I coded a system that ensures that the same animation isn't played twice, but is also selected randomly. And I'm not really going to go in depth about the combat system, but pretty much I just use raycast to detect what you attack, and if there is something, create an explosion and play a punch sound. If you do want a more in-depth video though, comment down below and I might make one with an explanation of everything. Now, for actually hitting something, I wanted to use a different explosion effect rather than the default Roblox one, because that one's just lame. So we're going to use this one I found from free models again, because like I said, I am bad at making effects. And this one actually contains 2 effects that we're going to use. So we're going to reuse the plugin that I mentioned earlier and make it bigger so that it scales with the Titan. Okay, yeah, the effect looks good. That's pretty much it. It's time to see the finished product. Now, notice the sounds that play when you punch and hit nothing. It's just simple air, right? But then let's go to this building and boom, just like that, we have a satisfying punch. Now, unfortunately, with these buildings, the explosion doesn't work as well because there's just so many parts. So let's see how it is with simpler buildings. Okay, and this one I made myself. It's just a bunch of blocks together. We also got some Minecraft villager houses, because why not? And oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's really smooth. It actually kind of reminds me of Legos, like in the Lego games. It also misses every now and then because I made the raycast come out from the humanoid roof part, but oh well. This is really satisfying though. I'm proud of how it turned out. And keep in mind, this only took me like a day. Like, I'm sure with actual good animators and people who can make effects, this would turn out even better. But for one person that made it in a day, I think I did pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I might make other Titans in the future with other abilities, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you have any comments or just recommendations or questions, please comment down below and leave a like. I'll answer them for you. And yeah, thanks for watching.